Please give a warm welcome to Kelly Spillman.
So, the great philosophers, the Pussycat Dolls, said, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. For years in LA, I was convinced if I could just lose 50 pounds, my life would be great. And this year, I did it. I lost 50 pounds in 4 months. Don't be too jealous. I didn't even exercise one day. Colon cancer. Who knew? Yeah, colon cancer. I was diagnosed with colon cancer. I went in as soon as I had troubling symptoms, but I have since found out when you have symptoms of colon cancer, it's because it's really bad. So it had already spread to my liver. So I have stage 4 colon cancer. There's 15 tumors on my liver. And I was... it's kind of the most unluckiest thing you can hear. But in unlucky times, sometimes you find out how lucky you are, because I had no idea how many of my friends and family were experts on curing cancer. Because when I went on social media to announce what happened to me, my inbox was flooded with tips on how to cure my stage 4 cancer. Not one person suggested medicine. Not one. Yep, not one. No recommendations for an oncologist, not one. No. In fact, one friend said, Kelly, I don't want you to be scared. My mom was told she had 3 months to live, and she ate this soup and it cured her. And I know, I was intrigued. Your mom was gonna die in 3 months and she ate a soup and it cured her? Come to find out, she had chemo, radiation, surgery, and soup. She left out a few details. I did not have any experience in cancer, and so this has been a very scary experience. I get an oncologist, I start chemo, and the oncologist told me basically, you can't be cured. It's too bad. You can't be cured. So you're just going to do chemo. It's nicknamed chemo for life, and you just do chemo as long as you can survive. And I just kind of told her that this cannot be my only option. When I was in 5th grade, there was an amazing show that came on TV called Golden Girls. And even though I was 11, I fell in love with Dorothy. And I knew I was going to be Dorothy when I grew up, a grumpy elderly woman that's sarcastic. A few years later, an amazing film called Steel Magnolias came out. Character named Weezer threw Dorothy to the curb in terms of sarcasm. And again, I was like, this is what I'm going to be when I grow up. So it is my destiny to become a grumpy elderly woman with no filter. So I cannot die in my 40s. This is not an option. So I just have told the oncologist, I'm going to beat this. And she was very clear, this is too bad. You're not going to be able to beat this. So I get on the most aggressive form of chemo that is available to me, and it is not easy doing it, but it works. It worked well. Out of the 15 tumors on my liver, it destroyed 8 of them. The oncologist had never seen this before. She said, this is miraculous. And after a few more times, because one thing I wanted to mention, because she wasn't giving me a lot of information and I didn't know a lot, I made the mistake of Googling stage 4 colon cancer. Don't ever, ever, ever do that. Because if you do, there's one consistent thing that's just all over Google, is that stage 4 colon cancer, 80% of people diagnosed will die within 2 years, and only 5% of us will live 5 years after diagnosis. So it's a very deadly disease if you're diagnosed at stage 4. And I'm now at month 10, so things are getting real. So my oncologist, who every time I said I was going to beat it, was like, no, this is just going to improve your quality of life. And maybe there'll be a cure down the road if you can survive on chemo. Completely changed her tune when my colon cancer reduced and then 8 of the 15 tumors were no longer showing up in the CT. So she set up, because the only way to beat cancer is you have to have it surgically removed. Chemo will not, unfortunately, cure cancer. It only shrinks it. So even though it didn't show up on my CT, I probably still had microscopic cells where those 8 tumors were. So she got me meetings with a colon surgeon and a liver surgeon. And so she completely changed her tune. So I'm like, I'm really gonna beat this. They're just gonna cut it out. This nightmare's gonna be over. So I meet with both surgeons, and they both rejected me and said, the liver surgeon said I just have too many tumors, and then one's close to a portal vein. It's just not safe. But then I thought, the colon, there's only one there, take it out. But she said, since you have liver tumors, I can't do it. And so I know social media gets a bad rap, but because I didn't know a lot about Facebook, I joined 7 colon cancer Facebook groups. I went a little overboard and read every single post. And I'm so glad I did that, because many said, if you get turned down by a surgeon, find another surgeon. Do not take no for an answer. And people were talking about this very aggressive surgeon that people from all over the world fly to see, because he saves stage 4 people. And imagine my luck to find out he's right here in Los Angeles, California, Dr. Fong at City of Hope. And I got an appointment, and he only accepts about 10% of the people that sees. And I got an appointment, and he agreed to do surgery on me. He implanted what's called a liver pump. It sends 100 times the chemo directly to my liver. It can cause death, but for people in my condition that have many, many tumors, he said it is a long shot, but at least he gave me a chance. And I had the colon tumor removed. He burned off 6 of the tumors on the left side. And I've now had this pump since June 9th, delivering through a catheter 100 times the chemo. I had a follow-up appointment with Dr. Fong last week, and he said if my next CT scan is good, he is going to cut off the entire right side of my liver with all the tumors, and the liver can regenerate and grow again in 6 weeks, which means I may be in remission by Christmas. So anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Oh, and I just want to say, sorry for the theme, I hope none of you get stage 4 cancer, but if you do, please be an advocate for yourself and do not accept no from any surgeon, and fight, fight, fight. So thanks.